everyone, and welcome to the San Diego Comic-Con 2016 Roundup here on Geekvolution. I am your host, Captain Logan, and with me this evening is my wonderful panel of co-hosts. First of all, it's my favorite Saturday morning cartoon, Jackson Rasco.
Hi, everybody.
It's the Pokemon Master, the Curious Low.
Hello.
And the only person I know whose name rhymes with taxi, it's Steve Baxi.
Hey, everybody.
And the real Manos was here a second ago and is still trying to get in and fix some technical issues on his side. So hopefully he will be able to make it here after a little while. Hopefully he won't have to listen to himself on TV. Or listen to us on TV again, and then he's been having some audio issues lately, but hopefully he'll be able to be here. So tonight we're just going to go through as much kind of like broad strokes, big news stuff that came out during the convention as we can get through in an hour, a little over an hour. We'll have a little 10-15 minute Q&A at the end if there's anything you guys want to make sure that we talk about that we didn't get to, and we'll be watching the comments throughout periodically, grabbing some stuff, and letting you guys help us direct the conversation. Panel, it's so good to see you guys. It's been a couple weeks. How is everybody? How have you been?
Good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, good.
Thanks a lot for keeping the channel running while I've been gone, and we're just going to jump right into it because we've got a lot to talk about. So I have been completely unplugged. I've been out of Internetville until today, so I spent a lot of this afternoon kind of cramming for this and watching and reading as much stuff as I can. So I've not listened to any of the panels at all. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that some of these guys will be able to tell me and you guys about that I don't know about, and but I have watched all, I think, of the major trailers and footage and stuff that we got for superhero TV and movie stuff, and there are a couple of things that Marvel had at the panels that we don't have footage for yet, that they've not released, specifically for Spider-Man: Homecoming and Thor: Ragnarok. They did those like explanations of what those things are, but I haven't read those because I don't like to do that. I just want to see it when it finally hits the internet, because I'm sure it won't be very long before that happens. I guess sometimes those never do, but then you get trailers, so whatever, I'm cool. But anyway, so if I don't mind spoilers for that stuff. If you guys read any of that or you got to see leaked footage and you want to bring that up, feel free to. That's totally cool, but I didn't read that stuff. And anyway, so we're just going to leisurely talk about some of this stuff. Let's see. I'll let Lo decide. Lo, would you like to start in Marvel land or DC land?
DC.
DC land. Okay, we'll start right there. Why don't we begin with let's just jump right in with one of the two big things that people are going to be most curious.
Wonder Woman.
I'm sorry. What?
I said ladies first. Wonder Woman.
Okay, fine. Let's do that. Whatever. That's cool. Sure. Go ahead, Rasco.
Oh.
Start us off. What did you think of the Wonder Woman trailer?
I'll start off, and I know Steve didn't like the trailer so much, but I really like the Wonder Woman trailer.
Hey, Rasco.
I'm there with you, Rasco.
Rasco, you never have to put in that caveat. Just make the assumption.
Yeah, it's my tagline. I hate everything.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Steve, I keep thinking about putting a little thing underneath Steve whenever he's talking that says like beware of the Steve Baxi. Parentheses, doesn't like stuff.
I'm sure
sorry, go ahead, Rasco.
What you do there.
But I think that the Wonder Woman trailer, all of the action that we saw in that trailer was better than any of the Wonder Woman stuff in terms of like fighting scenes that we saw in BVS. The action looked.
I thought it was just kind of the same, but okay.
It looks like a dance, like in a good way. The brief action that we got is so gorgeous, like it's so well choreographed, and like I'm really excited for the fight scenes in this movie because what little we saw already looks really cool and complex, and not just like more of the same that we're used to in action movies. It looks like they're really trying to use her lasso and her sword and shield in like interesting ways. I mean, a lasso is already a really interesting and unique weapon, but the sword and shield, they're doing different cool stuff. I loved the sword in her dress, and like it looks like it's part of her dress. I really like this trailer. Sorry, continue, Rasco.
It's fine. But I was just gonna say that yeah, I agree. Like the Wonder Woman fighting stuff looks so much better than just Wonder Woman jumping around like a frog in BBS. And like It's partially maybe just because like they're fighting a giant CGI monster in that, but like it just I don't know, something about the like it was you described it perfectly when you said it looked like a dance. Like it really looked like just I don't know, like she was just gliding around the room. And like what was cool about that is like she's inside a room in some of the shots that we saw, like she's inside of a room fighting, and like you don't get to like, and that just you feel like the power, and like she's just like sliding around this room, and it's so cool. Yeah, that's it. Wonder Woman.
I was pretty indifferent toward it. I think I think it has every chance of being absolutely fantastic. I could see it certainly going either way. But of course, as I often am, I'm in this place with trailers where I'm like, I don't really know anything. I look at how things are edited with dialogue sometimes, and I go, if that's how it's in the film, unless there's particular context that makes it make sense, I don't really understand that delivery or that response or whatever, but like I'm not prepared to talk about it or analyze it because I saw like tiny pieces of a movie, some of which might not even be in the movie and are edited in an entirely different way. So like I'm super skeptical, even more so than I ever was before, to take anything at all from a trailer. But I did think that if they are presented the same way as they are in this trailer, that both of the big lines that Steve Trevor has, both at the beginning and the end, felt like really weird responses to things Wonder Woman was saying. And I was like, okay, I'll see what that's like with the movie. But the thing he says when she finds him and is like, "You're a man," was not one of the 50 things that might have come to my mind of things that you might respond to that question. So I don't know. I'm not sure about it yet. I guess we'll see. I also wish that it was selling the period harder. Like the period looks really good, but I think that anybody not in the know could look at that and not know that it's not World War II. The fact that it's World War I is really cool. I wish they would make a bigger deal out of that. And I realize, I mean, is this technically a trailer or is it a teaser? Because if it's a teaser, that's fair. But
I think it's more a teaser. We didn't really find out anything about anything that's happening.
I just hope they start like selling it harder on the period, because I think World War I is a big selling point because you never get that. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Steve?
Well, like Brasco said, I didn't like it, and this is just as a guy that loves Wonder Woman comics, as a person that's been looking forward to a Wonder Woman movie for ages. I don't think it has every potential to be a really good movie, but I don't think the trailer looks like a trailer for a Wonder Woman movie. If anyone went out and saw that movie a couple years ago, the Angelina Jolie movie Salt, which is like a Cold War spy film, it's a really generic period piece action movie, and the trailer for that movie reminded me almost verbatim of the Wonder Woman trailer. The big thing that I don't like about it is that the problem with it is that it's so action heavy. And it makes it look like, oh, let's try and make Wonder Woman look cool like every other movie. It doesn't look like a movie that's like saying, look, this is a different thing than you've seen before. I don't think there was anything about it that screamed, you can't just do this with Superman or Batman. It didn't look uniquely Wonder Woman. The big thing for me that I always hate, ever since the 80s with her comics, is that she starts using the sword a lot, and Wonder Woman has a very deep-seated character reason for not using a sword. She uses her lasso because it's about truth. It's about literally binding people and disarming them with truth as opposed to wounding them with a sword. And the fact that she uses a sword all over the place just bugs me inherently. It has every chance to be really good in context.
Can I say something though? You knew that was going to happen. Like you can't.
No, I know it does. But I mean, that's my
point.
No, I mean, I know it was going to happen. But that's just the thing of like, it doesn't look like a Wonder Woman movie. It just looks like a generic action movie that has a character named Wonder Woman in it, and of course it could be better as it goes on. It's just this is the first time we're getting something like this for Wonder Woman. I didn't see anything in there that made me think, wow, this is not Batman, this is not Superman, this is not Salt. It just looks like a movie. It doesn't look like a Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess superficially the obvious Wonder Woman thematic stuff of strong woman and she's not familiar with men and stuff is there, and that makes it a little bit different from other things, of course. But I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying then. I gotta say, Steve, like most of the things I've seen with Wonder Woman, because I'm not a giant fan of that character and I haven't read enough, but just to screen, like with the animation and stuff, has often included a sword. So that's just a thing that I've never really thought about before, and I still can't decide if inherently her having a sword contradicts or goes against what the symbol of the lasso is, especially because she would have been potentially trained that way, and with the kind of Greek mythology background she's got.
The problem I have with it, though, is like we very consciously, Wonder Woman was a character from the very beginning up to about the 80s that was exactly the same all the way through, and she makes a very conscious decision to use a lasso and not a sword, and I can see her having a sword in certain contexts, but when you introduce the general audience to Wonder Woman, I think it gives them the wrong impression immediately when she just goes in with a melee weapon as opposed to something that's more like Captain America's shield, like a defensive, like a lasso. Like there's an immediate different reaction to seeing a person fighting with a lasso than a sword.
Is it the same thing as if you had Captain America like generally walking around shooting guns? Because I know he sometimes shoots guns, but like the first thing you see him with in the movies is a shield, so you don't associate him with that. Is it like that?
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Like Captain America's trailers had lots of shield action. He uses guns, and that's cool. But the emphasis on every Captain America movie is action with the shield. And we don't have that with the lasso. There's one token lasso scene, but that doesn't scream Wonder Woman to me. Like, it needs to be more into the forefront of that's her main tool.
Yeah, okay. I was excited about what the lasso looks like. We were talking in our Google chat earlier with Eric, and he was like, "Well, we also kind of had that in BBS." That's true, but I don't know. It's even brighter now. I like that they're going all the way and letting it totally glow. Are we gonna get the jet? You guys think?
They've confirmed we're not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really doubt it.
I was just wondering. Maybe someday we'll get it. Like maybe down the line they'll do that with different kinds of technology or whatever. Maybe Batman, because Batman makes all the tech for this Justice League. Maybe Batman makes the invisible jet, and for whatever reason, only Wonder Woman gets to fly it. Because you'd think that if Batman had like a stealth jet or he had a cloaking device, that he would use it for himself. But he's like, only Wonder Woman gets this jet. Why? Because Batman watched Super Friends.
Maybe when those when press did like the set visit for Justice League, maybe the invisible jet was there, but no one noticed because it's an invisible jet.
I don't have to have it. I was just wondering. I don't know. It's fun.
It's
fun
in the
to
movie in every scene. We just don't see it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to bring up about that before we move on?
Costume looks great. I love all the bright colors.
Yeah. It just makes it kind of strange that they're not like that in BVS.
Yeah.
yeah, we're getting that with Justice League too, where I'm like, okay, I don't know why this color palette couldn't have been that way the whole day. And then when you go back and you watch these movies in succession, super dark, a little brighter. Eventually, we won't even be able to watch it because it'll just be so luminescent.
Lens flares.
Like gazing at the sun. Yeah. Okay, let's move on and talk about Justice League, shall we? This is importantly not a teaser or a trailer. It's footage that they have put together because they're still in the middle of shooting this, and we don't have, of course, an edited movie yet. I thought it was cool to get anything this early. I mean, I'm on two minds about it. I like to say, yeah, I don't want anything at all this early, but then the fan of me that's getting to see things like Aquaman for the first time, besides just doing this at a camera, getting to finally see Aquaman do stuff is exciting. So like I didn't expect anything at all, and then when it said we were getting footage, I expected like maybe a minute, maybe like 60 seconds, 45 seconds, 2.5. I mean, it's like a full-blown teaser, and some of the stuff that's in this might not actually end up being in the movie. I'm sure tonally it's going to be very different. But I got to tell you guys, they should seriously consider, especially if people really like it, they should seriously consider making the song that's in the background for this just like the tone for this entire movie. Like that ought to be the movie. That grabbed me a lot. Also, I'm not excited for Justice League, you guys. I want Aquaman like today. Like after that trailer, what I want is the Aquaman movie.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, and I'm so torn on this. A lot of people have said that it feels like the Aquaman that they've chosen for the DCU is just a giant apology for Aquaman. Like, and
yeah,
we got to see, but he looks more epic than I would have expected, and that's kind of fun. But I get that it's not exactly comic book Aquaman.
Yeah, and I can take it or leave. Like it does. I'm like not. That's not gonna ruin an Aquaman movie for me at all. And like we haven't seen anything that wasn't. Well, the little teaser of Aquaman and BVS was kind of lame, but like we haven't seen Aquaman do anything that I'm just like, oh god,
Yeah.
this is horrible. So like I'm excited for Aquaman.
I don't know, that shot with the water coming up and stuff. I was just like, give me an Aquaman movie.
Yeah, that
just
was
looks
cool.
like fun to me. Yeah.
That was cool.
And I was instantly won over with that Flash. I'm sure a lot of other people won't agree with me on that, but he looked like fun. I don't know.
I love Ezra Miller, so I was already on board with that Flash just because he was cast as him. But I really liked him in this trailer.
I liked him too, and I love the Flash suit. I think it looks really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Flash suit.
Flash suit
is really cool.
Rasco,
Flash shoot.
We'll wait for it. Yeah, there's that great scene where he...
like hundreds of individual 3D printed parts to make that suit work, which is kind of cool.
Whoa.
Rasco, Flash shoot. Yeah, that great moment in the trailer where he jumps out of an airplane and he has the full parachute. Here's my big question. Why is Bruce Wayne risking telling people his secret identity that might not even join the team? I just want to know. I just want to know that. Why isn't he trying to recruit people as Batman? I'm confused.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell without seeing the movie. I can't think of anything. But
Okay. So what you're saying is there's probably going to be no reason at all.
I'm
will
not
see.
saying that.
No, I'm kidding. We'll see, but I can't imagine what it is. And I saw some people in the comments with that trailer arguing about this, and I was like, I was wondering that too. And then somebody said, and this made me cringe. Somebody was like, well, he immediately took his mask off and showed himself to Green Lantern in 52, and I was like, yeah, I hate that.
I mean, I don't know.
That is precedent for that's okay. I don't know why. And especially this Batman. Like now that we've seen this guy, I don't feel like he would do that. That line at the end of the footage where he's like, I exist when I need to. That's classic Batman. I love that.
Yeah, I liked that too. I kind of really loved the little stinger at the end there where he just said, so I hear you talk to fish. I don't know why I loved that so much, but it felt just very, I don't know, I liked the way that Affleck delivered it, and I liked the way it was shot, and sort of like the editing. Just that one little thing made me really, really happy.
Affleck looks like he's awake in this movie. He looks like he does back in his Kevin Smith movie days. Like, it looks like he's actually having fun on set. But I didn't like that last line because, like what Rasco said earlier, just like, we keep apologizing for Aquaman. Every single time Jeff Johns writes Aquaman, he makes a conscious decision to write a scene where someone thinks he's lame, and then he does something overly awesome to compensate for it. And I didn't need the dude. When a dude looks like that, you don't make a joke of like, so you talk to fish. Like that, it just feels wrong to me. I don't know.
I
guess
have
we'll
a question.
The context of it is. I didn't really think the question that, Steve, but I disagree with you on your interpretation of what exactly Jeff Johns is doing in that run with that. So whatever. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is that a? I kind of forgot what I was going to say. Never mind. Keep talking.
Oh, I'm sorry, Will.
It's okay.
Can I throw out something cool about the Flash that apparently they talked about in some panel?
Yeah.
Apparently Flash, they were talking about how like Barry Allen in this is a very lonely character, and one of the cool things that they brought up is that he moves so fast, he moves faster than the speed of sound. So when he's going super fast, doing all of his like incredible fast stuff, he doesn't hear anything. He's completely deaf, pretty much. And so like they I don't know, they just talked about how like that's like really cool, like hard science stuff that just sounds really cool, and like if they carry that into a Flash movie, that's gonna be awesome.
I remember what I was going to say. Do we remember when Thor was coming out, if they were doing similar sort of like apologetics for Thor? Because I mean, I think it's a pretty common thing to sort of compare those two characters because they are kind of the silly ones as far as like they're the
Oh, I don't-
fantasy, you know, like
No, I
was
don't
there
agree with that at all. The issue with Aquaman isn't anything like they are similar in their mythologies, but I don't think people tend to make fun of Thor.
I mean, as somebody who wasn't really into comics back then, I just liked the movies. Like, I'd never really read any comics or anything. I didn't have any context for Thor. I thought it looked like the dumbest movie ever because I was like, that's a ridiculous character. And I feel sort of the same way as I used to feel about Aquaman before I got more into comimics. But maybe that's just my own perspective.
No, that's okay. But Aquaman has that reputation where he just has a silly. But it's not because fantasy. It's because he talks to fish. It's because he's a water character. It's because when he comes on land, what can he contribute? That's why he has this reputation of being a silly character. And Thor, all that stuff, when you bring it to screen, it certainly looks silly, especially before we've brought as much stuff as we have to it. But no, they weren't apologetic about it because he didn't have that. Yeah, because he didn't have that reputation.
Yeah, I don't really remember
people make fun of Aquaman in the comics decades ago. Nobody's doing that with Thor, really.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm not saying that Thor has the same reputation as Aquaman does. Like, I know that Aquaman is the brunt of like a lot of jokes, but like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know where I'm coming from. Never mind.
Oh no, that's okay. I thought you were asking if Thor had that reputation.
No. Not that he had that reputation. Just that he is also sort of a silly character, much in the way that I think Marvel really tried to sell Guardians of the Galaxy a certain way because it was something that movie-going audiences weren't used to. I feel like Thor was probably similar in that respect. So I just couldn't remember if there was any sort of like, here's some like fun quippy jokes to get you on Thor's side because he's very different than Batman or Superman or, you know, Captain America or Iron Man, which are a little bit, dare I say, seriouser characters. I mean, it's still superheroes that can sometimes be a little weird to people that aren't used to that genre. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say about it. It feels like they market things a very specific way, and regardless of if it's fair to Aquaman to make him sort of like jokey in the trailer, I think that he does have that reputation, and I honestly don't think it would have been smart of them not to do some of that sort of jokey stuff to kind of sell it, like from a marketing perspective, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can see both sides of it. I don't really think it's necessarily a problem unless they draw too much attention to it.
Yeah.
But the look in the first place looked like a big, giant overcompensation. Don't worry, Aquaman's he's going to be awesome and a badass, and you know, that kind of thing. But now that I've seen him more in the, I kind of like that take on it so far. So I don't know. I don't want to begrudge him that until I've seen it. He's the thing I'm most excited about all of a sudden, I gotta say. And also, if I also gotta say, if I caught a Batarang out of midair like that with my super speed, the first thing I would ask is if I got to keep it too. I don't know. That was fun. And it felt like it had a really, at least the bit the stuff we saw, they had a really consistent tone for that trailer. But of course, that's about selling the thing. You don't know if that movie's actually going to feel that way. What do you guys feel about that project overall right now? I mean, like, I'm real up in the air about it. You guys, we just got to see what happens, I guess.
It's a really fun trailer, but it's just a matter of like, Man of Steel had great trailers, BVS had great trailers. This movie clearly had lots of production changes in the middle. This looks really, really fun. I just don't know if I can trust anything. That's just my hang-up right now on all of it.
Yeah, it's...
If I latch on to something, how do I know it's going to be there later?
I refuse to get my hopes up, but I'm not, dreading this movie. I want to see Justice League. I just refuse to be like, oh, I can't wait for Justice League, because I just don't want to have it, I can't handle the heartbreak.
Anybody else think November is a really weird release month?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
There are a lot of big. I mean, do we know which weekend it is?
I think it's the third weekend of November, so right before Star Wars. Let me check.
I don't know. I feel like the second half of November is kind of the start of that December movie release schedule. I don't know. I feel like the most recent Hunger Games movie came out at the end of November, and that was something that they banked a lot on. And I feel like a lot of stuff comes out in late November.
It's just going to have lots of weird competition, though, because the Saw movies are really big, and the Saw movies and Blade Runner's getting a sequel, both of them hit right before Justice League, and then right after Justice League, we're going to get Star Wars Episode 8. So, like, it feels like it's going to have a very short run to get anything out, and then Thor Ragnarok comes out just a week before that.
Oh, boy. That's rough. But then I guess the question is, where do you drop it? Because we've got so many genre things in the superhero movie specifically. My thing, Lo, is, and like, you can release big blockbusters now at any time of the year. I mean, this has been proven time and time again the last few years. But something like this that's such another, like BVS, and especially Avengers, such a monumental event where finally that team gets a movie, I'm telling you, if BVS hadn't had the response that it had, it would have been a summer release. They would have trusted it more to release it in the summer, I think. And that just screams we're afraid now. But
I don't think November is the same as March, though.
Sorry, what's that?
I don't think November is the same as March, though. Like, November is still definitely a time where big movies come out still. Yeah. It's not like...
But not superhero movies generally. I mean, some, but not like the, I don't know, big giant superhero team movie. It's weird to not see that in the summer, is all I'm saying. March was held back. Like, originally that BVS was supposed to be a summer movie. And so it's just weird to me that we've decided its sequel is also not going to be a summer movie. I'm just surprised and curious by it. I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad move. Opening it right around Star Wars and Ragnarok seemed like terrible moves, but maybe they're banking that they'll make all their money in the first weekend again.
I mean, it is smart for them to, and maybe that could be a reason why it's in November, is to get it out before Star Wars, because they don't want to compete with it, at least not on their opening weekend.
Yeah.
I'm almost worried that they might switch the dates out and make it come out like a couple months into 2018, like they did with BVS.
I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll want to have only one movie in next year. I think in competing with Marvel, they're gonna want to try real hard to force 2 out every year.
Probably so. I guess it's just a matter of, like, this is a massive movie. When Marvel makes Avengers movie, it takes a lot of time. It seems like November is a very ambitious date to get this whole thing done.
Yeah. It seems like they're trying. It seems like maybe the thought process was they wanted to try to make it like an Interstellar, because like Interstellar came out in November, I think, and like.
Yeah.
You can get away if you're the big blockbuster movie of November. You can get away with that. It's strange, though, that they're going to have to be competing against a Blade Runner sequel, and Thor Ragnarok will be out before that at that point. So that is kind of strange.
Yeah, who knows what Blade Runner is going to be like though? That could totally bomb.
Oh, yeah, but very likely.
Yeah, not looking.
At least that's what I think. I don't. Okay. Shall we move on, folks?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Did anybody want to briefly say anything about the new Suicide Squad trailers? Because I know we're just about to get that movie.
I loved it, and I think I'm the only person.
Oh, no, you're not. I was kind of excited, too.
Okay.
I liked a lot of what I saw, too.
I see a lot of people really ragging on the marketing for that movie, and
okay, I have to apologize, folks. I didn't do my research and my homework. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what my opinion is supposed to be, but right now I'm just kidding. I'm with Lo. I think it all looks fun, but Lo, I will also rag a little bit, certainly, on the advertising and say we've seen too much. It's Amazing Spider-Man 2 again. We've seen too much. And I also say that is because of the response to BVS. They're showing us tons and tons of stuff. But that could be really promising, because that could mean that it looks a little desperate maybe, but it may mean that they're pretty confident that movie, that people are going to like it, and so they're trying to put it in front of us so that we go see it. Because I don't know, it looks like buckets of fun. My wife had no interest in BVS, and she's like, "Oh, I hope I could actually go see that movie, and it's not too horribly violent, because that looks good." So.
I guess I was more talking about like the aesthetic of all the marketing, like the posters and like the neon-ness that's exploding out of everything Suicide Squad.
Complaining about that?
I love it.
It's awesome. Okay, Steve, why are Lo and I wrong? I think the aesthetic is cool.
No, I think it looks fine. Some of the posters I think look too busy just from an art standpoint, but I think it all looks fine. Just a matter of like, movie's out in 2 weeks. You release 8 clips and a 3-minute trailer 2 weeks before release? Really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna. This is a crazy Rasco theory, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. My prediction is that Suicide Squad is tonally completely different than any of the. I bet you it is most similar to the first trailer that we saw of Suicide Squad, and that the marketing is complete. And this is a crazy, just I don't know, but like knowing David Ayer, that just doesn't seem like his, like the way they're marketing it. It doesn't seem like his kind of movie. So that's just a random prediction. I predict that the trailers are misleading in tone.
So do you think it's not going to be as fast-paced and choppy as you'd be led to believe? Not choppy in a bad way, but like just quick edits and stuff. Like,
I think that it's going to be really heavy.
Not as like light and fun as they're marketing it to be.
Yeah.
The other but there might be a balance where it's kind of both.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
The sense I got from the Joker stuff that they showed us recently was. He's not in as much of that movie as I might have expected. I don't know if you guys got that. I think we've seen like bits from every scene he's in, and that he's not the main threat, because now we know we have a big swirling vortex of death that's the big threat. And I'm like, oh, the Joker is not going to have that much screen time. I might be wrong, but that's the sense I'm getting right now.
It's possible, yeah.
And he might be in it, like he might be really integral to the story, and just be in it as much as he needs to, and then we'll appreciate the fact that he's not as in our face as you might have expected, because it's the Joker. You'd think that they'd throw him in your face and he'd be the whole movie, and I don't think it's going to be that way.
Maybe the other crazy theory potentially is Joker is only in the movie when Harley Quinn flashes back to him.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Maybe another crazy theory can be that Joker is only in the movie when Harley Quinn is flashing back to him, because we haven't seen him in context with any of the other Suicide Squad scenes. He's always off doing his own thing, and it's usually with Harley.
I feel like there were a couple of things that contradict that, but I can't remember what they are right now, so I'd have to go back and look again. But I feel like you're right, we haven't seen him on screen with anybody else, but I feel like there's... What's weird is if you have the laugh, and then she's like, assuming that this isn't, two scenes that are cut together that have nothing to do with each other. When she is at the scene and she's like, or when she hears the laugh.
I think Cap rose up.
Yeah. And then she says like uh-oh or whatever she says. I forget exactly what she said.
Yeah, like there's a cut of the trailer where like he's laughing and all the Suicide Squad characters looking up and kind of horror, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That could be anything, right? Like you could edit that in.
Yeah.
Oh, Cap's back.
You're back.
There he's back.
Oh, hey guys. Man, this always happens. We're like, I think you guys are just listening really intently. But what I was, I don't know what you guys were saying because I fell out. But what I was suggesting was maybe, or was that it would be really weird, again, unless this is two scenes that have nothing to do with each other they put together, if the Joker, or if you hear the laugh and then Harley's like uh-oh, and then that's just in her head.
I think there's one thing in the trailers that they've shown that does at least make it less likely that they're all flashbacks. You see Harley Quinn in the vat of chemicals, and the red and blue dye is coming out of her hair, and she has the red and blue dye in her hair when she's on the mission. So I think that that's not showing Harley Quinn's origin. I think that something similar like that happens again, where they wind up in like an Ace Chemicals like facility or something. And there's another thing that I'm almost positive nobody has picked up on. I'm not going to bring it up because I'm almost positive that this is a correct theory, but I'm not going to say it. But they've already given it away in the trailers. But no one knows what it is, but it's right there, and I'm not going to bring it up. But it's actually a thing that I think people will like and not hate.
Wait, you're not gonna bring it up because you're afraid you're gonna spoil a major thing in the movie, or because you want to be like, look how awesome I am? Like I don't know.
Because I don't want to spoil it, because it's gonna be a cool reveal, I'm pretty sure. And because it's right there. No one has mentioned it. It's right there. I'm not gonna say what it is because it's gonna be a cool reveal when the movie comes out. If my theory is correct.
I am making a timestamp of this, and when the movie hits and we all see it, I'm gonna hold you to. Remember that time on July 24th at 9:58 that you made this theory? Was it true?
I want you to like send it to one of us so we can like time capsule it and like get out the message and be like, okay.
Yeah. Whoever doesn't mind the spoiler.
Send it to me.
I'll send it to them. All right.
Send it to me. I never cared about spoilers.
What I hope happens is that there's some other amazing revelation that's not what he's talking about, that we all think that that's what he's talking about, and that what he's saying is not in the movie, and we come back and Rasco's like, okay, for the record, the big twist is not what I was talking about. That's not it, guys. Sorry, I was right. And then you told us what it was, and we're all like, oh, come on! Why did they do that? Okay, let's move on to some other DC things real quick. Anybody want to say anything about the Lego Batman trailer? That just gets
looks amazing.
We've got
it
some
looks
Robin
like the greatest
now.
thing ever.
Robin doesn't have pants because he just took them off.
Reggae Man Batman suit. It's the best idea ever.
The line that Bruce Wayne lives in Batman's attic is maybe the most inspired Batman line anybody's written in 10 years.
That movie looks like the best Batman movie ever made. I'm so excited.
I just have a feeling that that this is going to be my favorite movie of all time, and then everybody's going to think I'm insane for the Lego Batman movie being my favorite thing. It's just everything I'm seeing. I'm so excited about it, you guys. It's like Christmas. I'm so excited about it.
It looks so good. It's my most anticipated movie of next year.
Steve and I are such giant nuts. Well, Steve more than me, but such giant Batman geeks. I almost want to fly to Steve to go see that movie with him. Like, not any other Batman movie that might come out, that one.
This one, yes. Oh my god, I'm so excited. When the Lego Reggae Batman comes out, because you know it will, I am buying it and framing it.
That's a good call, Steve. How many minifigs are we gonna get?
Tons, probably, but I'm buying them all.
I hope they put out an entire line of just the minifigs.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
I
hope all of them say life doesn't come with a seatbelt.
Life doesn't come with a seatbelt. And then he's like, and then he's like, okay, later we'll give you a seatbelt. I'm just gonna put my hand. Right. That's almost like directly making fun. Maybe I'm going too far, but Steve, I felt like that was almost directly making fun of All-Star. It's like Batman's being nice to Robin and trying to make sure that he's okay. Anyway.
It looks great.
Enough said about that. That's gonna be. If that's not as, and it looks like it might have a good story too. I love Alfred trying to stop him from being Batman, and I don't know. I think it's got potential to be better than even the Lego Movie, which is one of my favorite things. Did any of you guys see the Injustice 2 gameplay trailer?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Wait,
Steve, is that? I'm sorry. What, Rasco?
Was Blue Beetle in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. I haven't seen it, but I saw a thumbnail. So.
Steve, is that Lucy Lawless as Wonder Woman again?
I don't know. I didn't look into it.
It sure sounded like her. We better look that up because that's exciting to me. I want her to voice Wonder Woman in everything, and part of the reason I think, and like, there's nothing anybody can do about this. I'm hoping Gal Gadot will be fine, but so much of my being just hopefully Wonder Woman's great, but I'm not super excited about it, is that I'm never going to get the actress I really wanted. I really wanted Lucy Lawless back in the late 90s, and of course it's never going to happen now. So every time she gets to do it, I get really excited about it.
I've always wanted Sigourney. I think that a missing movie in history was a Wonder Woman movie made in the late 70s with Sigourney Weaver as Wonder Woman. It never was made, but it needed to exist.
Also a late 50s movie starring Gregory Peck as Batman.
Yeah.
That's true, too. And then cross those somehow.
Oh, God. With Christopher Reeve Superman. We can all come together.
Okay, well, I enjoyed this
daydream. Back in the 60s as Hal Jordan.
I really enjoyed this collective daydream we all just had. And
alternate timeline.
And now, I'll mention really quickly. Did anybody see the Gotham season 3 trailer?
Nope.
No.
Okay, Eric's not here, so I won't talk about that right now. But it's gonna keep being super crazy. We've got some like clone of Bruce Wayne and Joker kid back from the dead. Don't know what that's gonna be like. Okay, let's since we're in DC World, let's talk for a minute about the DC animated movie lineup that we've got now. We know about the next 3, and usually we're only 1 or 2 ahead. So that's cool. We've known about Justice League Dark for a while. Steve? Do we have any new information about
Nope,
that
just that
version?
it's happening.
And that it's got Constantine and Swamp Thing, but I feel like we knew that already.
Yeah, we already knew that. They have released that same info a couple months back, I think.
Okay. And then Teen Titans Judas Contract, which Steve is not excited about, and I am, and I don't know that original story, so that's part of the thing with me. But the Justice League versus Teen Titans movie that came out this year is the only one of the direct-to-video movies I've enjoyed in a long time. Actually, like I haven't liked very many of the ones in that 52 continuity, and that one I thought was pretty good. So I like that we're getting a standalone Teen Titans movie because I like those characters, and also I like, Steve, that we're finally allowing something that doesn't have Justice League or Batman or Superman in the title.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's cool to make Teen Titans movie. I really liked Justice League versus Teen Titans, and my only complaint was that we didn't need the Justice League, we just needed the Titans. So
yeah, that's cool what I said. Oh, I didn't know you liked that!
No, I love that.
I thought
it's really good.
Eric and I were off in our own little void there. Wow. Folks, Steve liked something.
Yeah, I like that movie. I thought that was really good. But my issue with Judas Contract as a movie, though, is Judas Contract's a very important story for 3 reasons. The relationship between Terra and the Titans, Deathstroke's continued relationship with Dick Grayson in specific, and the death of his son from the previous story arcs, and Dick Grayson becoming Nightwing after having a falling out with Batman. If you do Judas Contract, there are 2 of those things that are no longer in it. So what's the point?
It sounds like it's just like that's something they've wanted to make forever, and they shot themselves in the foot by not leading with it.
Yeah, because they've been talking about doing this movie ever since the DC direct-to-video line started, and they just never made it until now. And now that you're in a continuity where Dick Grayson's been Nightwing for years, why are you making this movie unless it's mostly flashback?
What I want to know is what inherently makes it okay now, finally, where they're not like worried that it's not going to sell, where 10 years ago we couldn't do that. Or 8 years ago we couldn't, like that. Like did Justice League versus Teen Titans do that well? I don't think it sold any better than any other ones have.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like maybe they're in a place now where like they sell consistently enough, so they just don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I was just wondering about that. And then they're doing a Batman and Harley Quinn movie. Just that title, I think, is hilarious. Batman and Harley Quinn. And Steve doesn't like Harley Quinn, so he's not excited about that. But Bruce Wayne is writing that movie. Bruce Timm is writing that movie, and it's an original thing, and it's him all by himself. I kind of wish he was bringing Paul Dini aboard to work on it with him, but whatever. And I don't know, could be cool. I guess we'll see what it is. But
do we know if that's in canon with the rest of these movies or no? Because I haven't heard anything about it.
I guess we don't, but they've been going kind of back and forth, right? Like, usually we don't have 2 in a row.
We don't, but we have Justice League and Batman alternating within the canon. So does Teen Titans take the Batman place, or is Batman still in canon and we're getting 2 canon movies and Justice League Dark? Oh, Justice League Dark could also be in canon, I don't know.
Actually, we know Justice League Dark is in canon.
Do we? Okay,
so
yeah. So
are these all 3 canon movies, or are they? Oh, because we know. Okay, so that means that already we have 2 in a row. So that breaks my theory there. So they might all 3 be in a row. They might all 3 be in canon. They are clearly in a row. They might all 3 be canon. But I also don't know how much longer they're going to continue this 52 base continuity, since we're past 52 now, and Rebirth is going on, and now it seems a little bit outdated.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I guess we'll find out. Maybe they'll do a Rebirth movie.
They should do that. That'd be great. And they should let King write it.
Oh my god, that'd be fantastic.
Do you think?
Tom King needs to write everything.
Not King like the guy that works with us sometimes, or that we've talked on the channel. Tom King. I couldn't think of his first name. Sorry, King, but I bet King. I'm sorry if you're watching, but I bet you'd write a great Batman movie. Sorry. Okay, so now let's move on to Marvel-y things, you guys.
Marvelous things.
While you guys were talking about the animated movie lineup, I watched the Gotham trailer. It was like 75% old clips, but the new stuff looked the new stuff looked just as crazy as it's always been, and I continue to love it despite myself. It's ridiculous, but it's really fun.
Well, I just feel like if there was some way for us to, like, there's only so much time in the week. I really feel like if there was some way to find the time, you and I and Eric should all be talking about that show. Have this big,
it's so
because
weird.
he's trying to get me to talk with him about it. And I just love his solo stuff on
And
it.
that,
Like, if we could
that
all get
shot-
together every week and be like, here's a show nobody else cares about, so we just can't stop watching.
That shot of Bruce Wayne with the long hair, that was like the last shot of the season, right? I haven't watched it since it ended. Okay, I forgot how weird that looks. It's so bad looking. Oh, that's a loud airplane.
It's 8 Shades of Bizarre. Yeah, but that's my review of that show all the time. Okay, Marvel-y things. You guys want to start with Doctor Strange?
Sure.
Okay, Rasco, what did you think of the Doctor Strange trailer?
I liked the first trailer better, but I'm glad that they're not really showing much in general, so I don't really care. Like, I'd rather have really boring trailers in a good movie than like a bunch of really awesome trailers that show everything that is cool in the movie.
I feel like the main point they're making with those trailers is this is like nothing we've ever done before, and yes, mysticism. That's kind of that's the point right now.
Yeah, the effects look awesome. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
And the suit is glorious.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like the most visually unique Marvel movie we've ever gotten, so that's going to be fun to watch at the very least.
I'm excited. I think it looks good. There's like not a lot to talk about because they didn't really add anything new. It was just a lot of like aesthetic shots.
We got more of a Cumberbatch's American accent, and he sounds more and more like Hugh Laurie.
He sounds more and more like I'm gonna have to keep reminding myself it's Cumberbatch through the movie. I just love that. It's
He looks great.
exciting.
I'm excited.
Everyone knows Cumberbatch can act. I want him to get to do more things like this where people know that he's versatile and that he doesn't just get cast on his awesome voice.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing I'm really excited about. I just want to thank everybody who tunes in and watches us either live or afterwards to tune in to hear us say, that looks good. Really nice of you guys. I'm also really excited because I didn't realize he was in this movie, and maybe he's in the first trailer, I just didn't pick up on it, but I'm really excited for the guy who played the bad guy in Serenity, because I haven't seen him in anything in a long time, and I really like that actor, so that's exciting too.
I think his name is Chiniwick Ejiofor. I think that's how you pronounce it.
You know what? Even if I had remembered that, I would not have said it out loud for fear of completely butchering it.
I think it's Chiniwick Ejiofor. I know the last name is Ejiofor. I'm just not positive on the first.
You notice how he keeps saying that because he knows how to pronounce it?
It's a cool name.
It is a cool name. All right. So did you guys get to see any leaked footage for the movies that we haven't gotten the official stuff? Okay. Do you want to talk about that? Because I did not see that.
I don't know. There wasn't anything to talk about. It's like it's like a battle in the woods, and then Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk, and you just see like a tree get destroyed, and that's all I saw.
Okay, cool. I totally... Rasco, when you said wood, I thought you were going to end there. We saw wood.
They're on the Nexus. They're just chopping wood.
Talking about. There was a plank of wood, and then it said Ragnarok. And
What about Kong Skull Island? Are we going to talk about that?
thanks for standing in line for 8 hours for All H to see a plank of wood. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't see anything about that. I saw you guys talking about that in the Google chat, and then I completely forgot to watch the trailer. So go right ahead.
So, Kong Skull Island. I kept forgetting that this movie was gonna be made, and then I was like, oh my god, this trailer. And okay, so you watch the trailer. We have a very, very large King Kong. Now I tried to do some research and to find out if it's been confirmed how big King Kong is. He's around 100 feet tall, which is like less than a third of the size of the Godzilla that they've already established. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. He could be bigger than that. I don't know, but that's the number that was thrown out. So At first, it really bothered me that we were going with such a giant King Kong. But then I thought for a second, I was like, okay, well, we have the original King Kong, then we have the 1976 King Kong, and he's a lot bigger than 25 feet. King Kong's supposed to be 25 to 30 feet tall. He's a lot bigger than that in that movie, and this movie looks like it's borrowing from the 1976 King Kong remake more than the original or the Peter Jackson remake, and we've already gotten like the Passion Project remake of King Kong. So now I'm okay. And so now I'm okay with giant, crazy, awesome, huge King Kong movie. And it looks like it's set in like the Vietnam War era, so that's really cool because that's more similar to the 1976 King Kong movie. So a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, I'm excited for that movie now. It's got an really awesome cast.
That looks really good. Tom Hiddleston's in it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it looks lots of fun. I love that King Kong doesn't look like an anatomically correct ape. He looks like a guy in an ape suit.
Oh yeah, just like the 1976 King Kong. So,
yep. And I love the 76 one. That's my favorite of the King Kong movies. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
What if Tom Hiddleston is there for the first third of the movie and seems like he's the protagonist and then gets killed off?
No. Oh man, I'm gonna fall asleep just like I did in Godzilla.
Or is he a mad scientist? I don't know. I've not seen the trailer.
There's lots of like Tom Hiddleston looks like James Bond in this scene kind of shots in that trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's Jason Bourne meets King Kong.
That's actually a pretty good description of that trailer.
King Kong hit me in the face, and now I have amnesia, and I have no idea who I am.
See, that's the twist ending to Jason Bourne when that comes out.
This is fun. I'm gonna watch fewer trailers, but still talk about them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Are there any other trailers that aren't Marvel or DC that people wanted to bring up that I might not have seen?
The King Arthur trailer looks great. So, but that's just because I like Guy Ritchie.
There's a thing I didn't even know was happening. Okay.
Yeah, it's called Legend of the Sword. It's a Guy Ritchie movie. It's got like almost a shade black quirk to it. I don't know a lot about that myth, but my sister's an expert in it. So if she likes it, I'll probably end up seeing it.
Arthurian Legend. That's like my jam. I'm very excited. I think we've talked about this before, Steve. Actually, that your sister really likes King Arthur. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You should get.
It'll be fun to get both of your reactions to it.
You should get the sister to do. You should get your sister. The sister. You should get your sister to do the How We Felt About with Lo.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Hi, we're experts in this thing that no one on Geekvolution probably cares about.
All I know about King Arthur is that there's the Z sword in Dragon Ball Z, and that might as well be the same thing.
I mean,
Dragon Ball.
Isn't it Comics Kid who's a giant King Arthur buff?
I think so.
He brought that up during. Do you remember that, Rasco?
I don't know. That sounds like something Comics Kid would like. I'm just gonna throw it out.
Yeah, it seems like he brought that up somewhere, and oh no, I know what it was. He was considering, if he won the contest, he was considering making that what he reviewed for his series.
Oh, cool.
That's what it was. Anyway, I digress. All right, let's move on and talk about some more Marvel-y things. So Ghost Rider actually is going to be in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. A bunch of people were like, no, it's not Ghost Rider. It's this other guy that they brought up at the end of the season. I didn't watch the last few episodes of the season, so I'm behind. But that, and frankly, I've fallen off, and I don't really care right now. I might eventually catch up with it, but I just don't care anymore. But I am once again surprised that's happening. Because I just don't see on a regular TV budget that CG looking very good, but I guess we'll see.
Now
yeah.
they did save themselves a little bit because they've got Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, and he's got basically a skull face, and then like one or two streaks of flame that come out of the back of his head, and then his car just has like fire streaks on it. So visually, he's not as demanding as Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch. So
you almost said Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash is my favorite Ghost Rider.
And skull flay. It's like a delicious souffle with skulls in it.
I got the sense, and I bet a lot of other people are going to think this too from the little teaser we got, that with that just kind of generic CG skull with the fire, that they would try to do the full-blown skull with the whole fire thing.
It's possible. It's weird that you'd pick that version of Ghost Rider and do the full skull. I mean, I guess we have precedent for this. Every time we make a Ghost Rider thing, we seem to just like ascribe qualities of Danny Ketch onto Johnny Blaze. So maybe they'll do the same thing with Robbie Reyes, ascribe Danny Ketch qualities to him. But the big thing about that run on Ghost Rider that they're using is that he's very visually distinct. The first 5 issues are brilliant, and then the artist leaves and the book falls apart because it's a writer-artist team. So using that version of the character and not channeling what made it great, which was the art and the visual style, would seem really weird.
Yeah, it just seems like a counterintuitive move in the first place, but
I mean, Netflix shows where you put
okay, it's not going to only be Inhumans from now on, unless Ghost Rider isn't an Inhuman. But
I don't think they'll go that way. That'd be really weird.
I don't think they will either, honestly, but I'm just saying.
Like, ABC let them say that Ghost Rider got his powers from a deal with Satan, or that Robbie Reyes got his powers from the spirit of a dead serial killer and he stole his car. Like, I don't know.
I still say that since this is what they're definitely doing, I still say that this is how they're going to tie into Doctor Strange, and that they're bringing in mystical elements.
Maybe. I hope he's not wasted though. I love Ghost Rider.
Well, I hope that if it's really cool and people like it, that it spins off into another Netflix show, because that's one of the main 7 or 8 that people have been crying for a Netflix show, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. Just seems counterintuitive, not necessarily bad. They should call the whole season Coulson versus Ghost Rider.
Dawn of Vengeance.
Okay, we can't ever do a something versus something without Dawn of something now. Like, even if I wasn't intentionally making that a BVS reference, somebody's always now, forevermore, going to be like, Dawn of something, rather.
It's like, who you're going to call? You can't use that phrase anymore.
No, it can't. It can't happen. Yeah, curse you, 2016 and 1984. So let's go on now to Netflix teasers. We got 3 of them. We got a Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Defenders. Wow, does Luke Cage look exciting?
Yes.
I think I am more pumped for that than I was even for the 2nd season of Daredevil. I can't freaking wait for that.
Looks so good. I love Mike Coulter as Luke Cage. He looks perfect, and I love just how off the page everything is with that so far.
I have heard some people say that after Jessica Jones, they couldn't see him as the lead in his own show. And with respect to everybody's opinion, I do not know what they're talking about. From the first episode that he was on Jessica Jones, I was like, I can't wait for this guy to get his own TV show.
Yeah, everyone I've ever talked to has just been like, Luke Cage, and they just say it exactly like that to exhibit their excitement. They just go, Luke Cage. That's every time it comes up.
The thing where he wraps a car door around a guy, that's enough to sell anyone, right?
Yeah. It should be, yeah. Maybe not anyone. Some people might be like, that's really violent. I don't like violent things. But beyond that, yes. I also want to see him get the brass knuckles that have his name on them.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
I think Luke Cage has the potential to be like the most fun of the Netflix series.
Probably.
I agree.
Just based on that trailer or teaser, whatever it is. I don't care.
It's coming out in September.
I don't care.
It's coming out in September, I think. So we don't actually have too long to wait. Just 2.5 months.
You guys, how spoiled are we getting one of those seasons every 6 months?
Oh, I know, it's great.
And then even though it was just voiceover with magazine clippings, Defenders, I just can't wait.
I'm a sucker for good music choice in a trailer, and I catch a lot of flack for that on Twitter, but it was good music choice. I appreciate
love how cut together that is. It looks really good.
I also like that because we haven't seen Iron Fist is the only character so far that hasn't been in these shows yet. They were like I don't even remember his name. Somebody help me out.
Danny Rand?
Danny Rand, yeah.
Thank you. I'm like, who is Danny Rand? It's like that's the thing at the end. All the others are like, here's something even potentially obscure. You've seen these, right? And then you get not really obscure, but it's just like here's here's a thing that you'll get if you've seen these shows, and then Iron Fist hasn't come out yet. So they're like, who is Danny Rand?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm excited.
And then I don't have much to say about the Iron Fist teaser yet, because that's a character I know almost nothing about. But opinions, anything.
I think that I think they're working with no one knows anything about this character, because like that seems like what that whole season is going to be. It's going to be him finding himself, because that's what like all the trailer, like that's what like the descriptions of the trailers have been all about. It's like Danny's he doesn't have anything and he's on a quest to find himself or whatever. That sounded like a bad like teenage coming of age movie description right there. But
to go with that, yeah, like
it sounded like a voiceover for an '80s action thriller TV show at the very beginning, like in a world of street crime and calamity.
I don't know anything about Iron Fist, but the trailer looks a lot like Zen and Violence, the first question arc, where it looks like Danny Rand is a very specific type of person, and then gets stuck in a mystic quest and becomes a different type of person. So it might be like that. It looks very tonally consistent to that book, but I don't know anything about Iron Fist, so maybe I'm wrong and maybe there's something else to it.
Speaking of tone, this looks so different than anything else in that Netflix canon. I mean, I guess they're all the same canon, but with the movies, but it just looks very different.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like Luke Cage, as cool as it looks, I mean, it's shot just like Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
It's like gritty street level, like kicking butt type TV shows. If I had to name all three of those into something.
He's got a car door. Watch out! And we're gonna shoot this whole scene with one 5-minute wonder in a hallway. Barely
like
dudes down with a car door.
Even the like coloring of the Iron Fist trailer was very like washed out, and I don't know, it just looked very different overall from the other three shows.
Yeah. Okay, did you guys all see the teaser for Legion?
No.
I saw that.
That's the X-Men Fox show on FX. So we had heard for a long time that there was supposed to be one, if not two, X-Men Fox shows eventually. I never even heard Legion was one of them that was definitely getting made. So when I saw that teaser, I was like, oh, okay, that's the one they've gone with. And I don't know what to think about it yet. My big takeaway was. It feels like it wouldn't even need to be X-Men, but I just don't know yet.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about it. It just kind of felt like a generic FX TV show.
Because I mean, like it felt like Mutant X again. It was like I never saw that, but yeah, I saw trailers for it and stuff. And it was just, here's the thing we're doing because we can't do X-Men, and so this is supposed to be in the X-Men continuity, and it still feels like thing we are doing because we can't do X-Men. Like we can say mutant, but we can say what Mutant X do, and Mutant X was a comic book. But I don't know. I mean, like it might be really cool. There was nothing in it that turned me off to it. I mean, I'm interested, but. I feel like it gets really dicey when you have a universe, especially with that many characters, where you have to avoid them all constantly. And also, I guess, and that's also going to be really weird because, right, that'll mean that the only currently present-day X-Men things we have are that show and Deadpool.
The timeline just keeps getting more and more weird.
But we're going to get New Mutants, which I'm surprised they showed nothing about.
Oh, is that definitely happening?
Yeah, I've seen like Instagram posts with like the concept design from the director and stuff like that.
And they canceled Hellfire, right? So like New Mutants is in response to that, or?
I don't know.
See, I kind of wish New Mutants was a TV show, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, I just watched the trailer. Is that Aubrey Plaza that was in there?
I don't know. Was it?
I'm pretty sure I saw Aubrey Plaza in the background, which automatically makes me want to watch it.
Did we mention that? We didn't mention this. Brie Larson confirmed as Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, she'll be great.
That
Yeah,
is
it was Aubrey Plaza. Huh.
Also, just before we move away from Marvel completely, Michael B. Jordan is going to be playing Eric Killmonger in the Black Panther movie, and that's amazing.
I thought we already knew that and talked about it on a show somewhere, but maybe not.
No, we just knew that Michael B. Jordan was in the Black Panther movie and that he might be his brother, but he is not. He is going to be Eric Killmonger, so that's cool.
Okay, because you read runs of everything and then you go from know nothing to expert in a week, tell me who that is, because I haven't read very many Black Panther comics.
Okay, so back when Black Panther showed up in Fantastic Four book, after that he became like a regular mainstay of the Avengers, and during his run on the Avengers, there was this guy who showed up that became very symbolic of like racial tension at the time, named Eric, that Black Panther used to hang out with, and they do like interesting social commentary between him and Black Panther. And then when the Black Panther comic started, it started in Jungle Action, and Jungle Action's first arc with Black Panther was titled Panther's Rage, and in Panther's Rage, T'Challa came back to Wakanda, but it was very much about how he's been away in a different world and he doesn't know the plight of his people anymore. And so Eric Killmonger is that guy he used to meet in the Avengers room in the Avengers book, and he's basically a revolutionary in Wakanda that says that I've been to the real world just like T'Challa, and unlike him, I have not lost sense of where I've come from, and I want to dethrone him. And he's very much about getting rid of T'Challa and establishing Wakandan like racial identity again, and it's really amazing stuff. So the fact that Michael B. Jordan is going to be playing that character is amazing. Only issue I have is clearly Chadwick Boseman's a bigger guy than Michael B. Jordan. I don't know if that's going to fit, because Eric Killmonger is supposed to be a really big Hulk-level beefy guy.
Well, I wasn't initially sure. I bought the casting choice for Bane in Dark Knight Rises, and then boy was I wrong. So
that's true. I mean, he looks pretty buff in Creed, so.
Yeah, but not that buff. I mean, you're right. Like the guy playing T'Challa is a little beefier than that.
A little taller too. Like I don't know. It's just gonna be weird seeing those two face to face like that, but I don't care because I love both actors.
That sounds like a fascinating ideological conflict, and there might be some cool parallels with Captain America and Iron Man to that. Like that sounds exciting.
I hope so. This October, Marvel's releasing an epic collection titled Black Panther: Panther's Rage, which collects that issues. If you've never read Black Panther, do yourself a favor and read that because it's amazing.
If they make a sequel to the Black Panther movie, I think it should be called Jungle Action.
That'd be awesome.
Or Panther's Rage, but then you have Panther in the title twice. Black Panther, Panther's Rage. Black Panther's Rage?
There's a series of that. It goes Black Panther, Panther's Rage, Panther's Quest, Panther's Prey, and there was supposed to be one more that never got made.
The epic quadrilogy of Black Panther movies.
Yep.
Black Panther's Quest. We were going to call it Panther's Quest, but people will be confused and think that now he's going to be a different color in his costume. Now he's the Purple Panther. Because colorfulness. Anyway, okay, so that's it for the big DC Marvel movie stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go to comics for just a second. So then the animated series and Ninja Turtles is crossing over. Oh boy, that's pretty darn cool. I really liked the Ninja Turtle Batman crossover, and I'm glad it's getting a sequel. Surprised it's getting a sequel this early, and also surprised that Star Trek and Green Lantern is getting a sequel. Really glad these crossovers are doing well because they've been really good. The stuff that we're doing with IDW and DC, and I like how long they've been. I like that we keep getting around 6 issues. So. Those are both super exciting to me, and we haven't seen anything Batman TAS in comics in a really long time, so I'm kind of hoping that if that's super popular just because of Batman, forgetting Ninja Turtles for a second, that maybe that'll make DC think about doing another monthly set in that continuity again, because I think that'd be great. I just missed that art style.
Cool. So I'm excited for that. I might actually check it out.
Steve, there was another comic thing you sent me, and I can't remember what it was.
There's a Doctor Strange Punisher book coming out called Magic Bullets, which is an awesome title.
Yeah, that is cool.
And I don't remember. I've got the article up right now. Okay, it's being written by ex-IDW editor and now full-time writer John Barber. I don't know who that is. So that's interesting. I might check it out, but I haven't been keeping up with the Punisher or Doctor Strange books lately, so I don't know if any of that's going to gel.
All right, cool. Anything else that was brought up in the obviously tons and tons of news that we wouldn't have gotten to. I wanted to mostly deal with movie and TV stuff, but anything else that was mentioned during San Diego that you guys wanted to bring up that was not on my list? Steve, I know you had an extensive list that I'm sure was color coded.
There's quite a bit of stuff here. I feel like a lot of this we can just kind of hold off on. I do want to mention we got a trailer or teaser really for Sherlock season 4, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that. Everyone involved, including Stephen Moffat, has said that Sherlock is now so demanding on a production level because Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman are movie stars now that this might turn out to be the last season of that show. And it's very clear that that Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman are not doing this for the money. They actually love playing this part. So they might keep doing it, but there might still be substantial delays, or they might just end it. So as a last season kind of teaser, it looks amazing.
The scale looks way bigger than anything we've seen from that show.
Yeah. And Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock, he just looks deranged and gone.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. I can't.
Got like facial hair, which is weird for him. For that
it
character.
Looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks so good. I can't wait. I'm gonna watch that as it airs. I think in February or January, something like that.
Folks are asking us to talk about the new Star Trek show. I saw the teaser. I don't know if there's any more news about it. There was a panel, and I didn't get a chance to watch it. So if Steve or if anybody else has information about this, I don't have. The only thing I know is that it has a title now, Star Trek Discovery, which is also the name of the ship, and we've seen a ship. We've got the teaser that's just the ship pulling out of space dock. And but I don't know if we know anything else yet about Era or anything.
I think they confirmed what timeline it's in, but I don't know Star Trek, so I didn't understand what they were saying.
Oh, Pride, could you send me a link real quick, and then I'll decipher it for us?
Yes. Okay. We're gonna have some live translation.
I'm sorry for my lack of preparation, guys. I was as prepared as I could be with the amount of time I had to work on this today.
Okay. Let me see if I can find this real quick.
Thanks, Steve. While I'm waiting for Steve to do that, people are throwing out other things. So CW stuff. I saw. Let's see. Did I see any trailers for any of the CW stuff? I know I read some things about Arrow. So Rasco. We're gonna have to. Well, Rasco and Steve both. You guys won't care because you're not watching Legends. But apparently, Damien Dark is gonna be a series regular on Legends, or at least a recurring character. Why do we have to deal with more of that guy?
It's just because they have that actor. He's from like Torchwood. They're like, oh, we got an actor.
They've got him.
Gotta keep him around.
The thing that keeps perplexing me and bewildering me are characters that we're told are going to be series regulars across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like in
busy
all
actors.
Four, are we saying like in all 4 shows we're going to be seeing Malcolm Merlyn?
Malcolm Merlyn, Laurel, Captain Cold, and I think one other person struck that deal.
Okay, so apparently the idea, with the exception of Malcolm, the idea is if you get killed, you now show up in every TV show.
I'm so mad about that. You teased me with that infernal grave for an entire season, and it doesn't even matter.
Okay, but for the record, you weren't teased because you didn't care, so...
That's true, but I mean, it just tells you how much they disrespect the audience with stuff like that. It's so annoying. Okay, I can't
No,
find
I'm with you. It's ridiculous. But the way you're saying it makes it sound like you were curious and how dare they, and I know that's not what it is.
No, that's true. Okay, so I can't find an official statement yet, but I just know that Brian Fuller said at the panel that it is officially taking place in prime continuity.
Okay, well that's not surprising to anybody. It was gonna be either that or they were gonna completely reboot, and I was do a second I was pretty sure they wouldn't do that. But it looks, I don't know. Time period looks like it has got to be pre-24th century. But I guess I don't know. I read somewhere that it was that they denied, Fuller and Meyer denied that both that it was going to be an anthology show and that it was going to be right after Undiscovered Country. So I don't know if that's true, but apparently neither of those big things people have been talking about are supposed to be happening. So I don't know when it's set or but I guess it's going to be a multiple season show now about the Discovery. I guess we'll see.
According to Alex, it's going to be in between Enterprise and TOS.
Oh boy, really? Okay, that's kind of exciting, actually. Here's the thing: if my big question, if that's the case, is are we finally going to dramatize Earth Romulan War? Because that'd be the first thing I would do with that show. And without giving anything away about Beyond, that's also exciting because of some of the background stuff we get in Beyond. So, because what's cool about that is that if they set it there, this could easily be a show that kind of takes place in both continuities. And I kind of hope that's what they're doing. Shape of the Discovery is a little weird. I'm hoping it's weirdly like a TOS Klingon D7 or something, and I don't know what we're doing with that. It looks kind of weird. Maybe it's intentionally sort of some kind of hybrid thing, but I don't know yet. I'm seeing a lot of people on both sides. Some people saying it looks really ugly, and some people saying it looks really cool. It's unusual, but the shape of the ship tells me nothing about whether or not I'm going to like the show. It's not that important to me. But anyway, that's what we know right now. The only thing I can talk about as far as that teaser goes is the shape of the ship. So there we go. And it's kind of standard TV CG. And who knows if that's a final version or exactly what we're going to see on television. But if it's just a mock-up. Anyway, that's it. Folks are asking us to talk about Justice League Action. I forgot to watch that trailer. Manos did a talk about that on our channel. Thanks to Manos for doing that. But Steve or Lo or Rasco, do you guys have anything to add about that?
I think it looks great. Aside from Hamill and Conroy, I think it looks great. So I'm excited.
I think that those characters.
You're just really on about getting rid of those actors at this point, Steve.
It's such an annoying thing of like now we don't even care if character models match the voice. It's just their name that people are latching onto, and that bugs me.
Yeah, I think the character design, it looked strange when they revealed like that image of just all the characters, but now that I've seen them in like actually like moving in animation, I actually really like the way they look.
Yeah, me too. I think Wonder Woman, especially with the hair, looks awesome.
Yeah, Wonder Woman looks cool.
Okay, so Real Avatar Blues says 152 characters. Is he talking about this show? Because of course it has to be 152 characters.
It's possible. I don't know. It looks like a successor to Brave and the Bold in a lot of ways, so maybe we'll have like constantly rotating cast of characters.
That pretty much just be like Justice League Unlimited.
Dash and Scan says Joker sounds like he needs a cough drop.
That's Hamill lately. I can almost hear him coughing as he plays Joker lately.
It works when he's playing an older version. I mean, with all respect to Mark Hamill, I kind of think for a show like that maybe they shouldn't be going that way, but.
Man, wait till you see Killing Joke. That is
okay.
I don't think that was on purpose, but that was amazing.
I'm gonna be doing a video about that with Eric on Tuesday. That'll come up on
Wednesday. Is what I think he was going to say.
We'll do a spoiler cast for you on that. And Lo, I can't hear you. What was that?
Oh, you were just freezing for a second, so I was finishing your sentence for you.
No, but what were you? You said
on Wednesday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I said on
what
Wednesday. That's all I said. I just said on Wednesday because you cut out.
Oh, okay. No. So right now. Lo and I are doing our comics. Tuesday night. Usually we do that on Monday.
Cap, you're cutting out like a ton. I don't know if I'm the only one. What Cap is trying to say, I think, is that normally Cap and I do Comic Book Late Night on Mondays, but we are going to be doing that on Tuesday this week, mostly because of said Batman movie. I think you're back now, Cap.
Okay, cool. And Eric and I are talking about doing a review of that movie before Lo and I do Late Night on Tuesday. So
that's going to be exciting.
That's the plan right now, as it stands. Woo. Okay, and since issues, things you want to bring up. I said we were going to do 10 or 15-minute open, 14 minutes past an hour, so I think we'll go ahead and just bid everybody farewell, unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about.
I'm good.
Open floor to the panel.
I'm good. We just mentioned that right after this, as soon as this broadcast ends, we're going to start up a comic vault on Dark Knight, A True Batman Story, the Paul Dini graphic novel that just came out.
Yep, we'll be talking about this in about 10 or barring technical difficulties. Hopefully, Steve and I talking, just the two of us, we won't have as many difficulties. And anyway, thanks a lot for watching, folks. I am glad to be back. Glad to see everybody. Thanks a lot for watching live and for watching after the fact. And once again, Lo and I will be with you Tuesday night this time. And at 10 Central, we're moving the time back a couple hours, and we'll be doing that regularly for the foreseeable future anyway. Anyway, once again, I was Logan, and this was Jackson Raskoff.
Goodbye.
Steve Baxi.
Good night, everybody.
And the Curious Lo.
Good night.
Most lag ever. All right, anyway, thanks again for watching, folks. We'll see you next time.